And finally for today, and this is the end of the design patterns, the famous model view controller, probably you all know. No reaction, okay. So this is how it works. It's like Choco Press. So, okay. So step by step. One, what happens is that we have a controller, a view, and a model. Model is like, it could be the business model. It is the core. It knows exactly what will be transformed into something else. What are the rules? Everything is kept there. Controller, well, the view is of course our graphical user interface, what we are seeing. And whenever something is clicked on, we have the controller that is going to be handling all the functions that I click on something, I'm sending a message, so all of them will be controlled by the controller objects. So step by step, when we look at it, first, well, the view, I have the screen. When I do something, it notifies the controller. This is how it works. It is no, but that one is working on top of you, the beamer. Well, user is doing something. This is the first step. It notifies the controller, user did something. Then controller says to the model, well, change your state. When that happens, at the same time, controller says, well, change your display as well, because something happened, something is clicked. I report back to the view and I say, change your display. And also, the model says to the view, I have changed. So there are two different things that's changed. So the view has to respond to these things. And this is kept going on. The view says, all right, give me your state, your current state information. So this is the idea that we have, and actually this model view controller is a composition of patterns. We can say that we have a strategy, observer, and composite patterns joined together, and this is what makes up the MVC model. And how this is like, if we go step by step. First of all, you know, the strategy design pattern is, well, we talked about it, so I'm going to skip that. This is exactly what I said earlier today. The strategy is making it possible that I can have different methodologies, being able to change it over. So what this makes is that I can have a view, a display, and that display, I can have different controllers for this display. I can change them over. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm doing this on the runtime, but I suppose that I have several controllers for my view, and that can be changed. Suppose that I have a button that I click on, and a controller is controlling that button. With this strategy pattern, I'm able to change that controller depending on, I don't know, maybe something else, depending on the state of the model, whatever it is. But it is possible to make it change. So that is what is responsible for of this strategy pattern. When it comes to the observer, you remember, well, this is the observer. Well, when you think about it in MVC, model is the thing that all of the rest of the others are observing. There, it is structure. So I have a model, or maybe I have several models. That can also be the case. But all the controllers, all the views, observing that. So it is, when something has changed with the model, they need to be notified. Especially the view, that it has to change itself according to the model, the values of the model. And when it comes to the composite, well, composite is actually, most of the cases, well, especially with Swing, I don't know the others, but it is a collection of menus, windows, cascading within itself. There are many items that are a collection of items inside one another. So this is, I would say, the view part of the MVC, which is the composite. It doesn't have to be. You may have a very simple view, but often the times that it is a complicated view with levels of elements within itself, and they are part of the composite. So, well, now actually this is what I said. Model is observable, and I have observers. The strategy is that I have a view, and when user is doing something, this controller is responsible, but I can change that to another controller, right? And with the composite, I have a window, I have a canvas, I have a menu bar, I have different elements. So this is a composite pattern. So this is why I said MVC is actually a collection of patterns. Can be a collection of patterns. It should be the better word for that, right? So, and when you do it, when you design the MVC according to that idea, or when you see it like that, it is more flexible. Like you may have different controllers, but obviously model is observed by all the rest of the people, the rest of the other views and controllers. Okay? But as itself, I think we can say that MVC as itself is a pattern that we are repeatedly using. Would you agree to that? I mean, so it's maybe it's kind of a standard that everybody is following for flexibility, that for future development. I'm hesitant about showing you the next slides. It's about an example for MVC. Yeah, but not important. This is enough. It is just a simple, stupid example about MVC, but you must already know about that. And if you don't know about it, it doesn't matter anyway. It's like the Nasreddin Hoca joke, that. And some of you do know it, and some others do not know it. I asked the ones who know to tell the others what it is. But no, the idea is that was enough. What I intended to say, I already said it. What can I show you is an example, a very simple example of MVC, which is, I think, not necessary. That for several reasons, but the most important thing is that you have to learn it yourself. Even if I show it, it doesn't count. You really have to practice it yourself. If you don't write it yourself, you will never learn it. Really, it doesn't matter if I say it to you. Either you use it, that means that you need to use it. If you're not using it, that means that you don't need it. And it's not, in that case, not necessary. So you see, I make things simple, but remember about the new homework. It will be online on our website with full explanation what it is. And the deadline for it should be, well, maybe May, 11th of May. Yes, 11th of May should be the deadline for it.